Why is everyone obsessed with TenZ? Whether you root for Sentinels or not, whether TenZ is your favorite player or not, there is something undeniably special about how TenZ plays the game that has inspired his fanatical following. Here's the recipe for his secret sauce. TenZ is fearless, to a fault sometimes. It is this wildly confident aggression that enables him to consistently come up with highlight reel clips time and again. The truth is, though, that some of the dire situations we commonly see TenZ shoot his way out of are due to his own positional mistakes. The way he plays the game is a recipe for highlights, but can also lead to unnecessary deaths and lost rounds. Take this round on Bind, for example. NRG have just used Astro Wall to fake a push towards A site, leaving TenZ and Dapper to defend B against a full 5-man push. As the drone and dog lead the way, TenZ falls off his angle and pops his ultimate to prepare for some potentially hectic combat. He re-peeks, but after being spotted by the drone, quickly swaps back to his knives and again re-swings into 3 players, which catches the NRG players by surprise. This unexpected aggression certainly plays a role in the narrowly missed operator shot from NRG. Considering the circumstances, 1 kill is already pretty valuable, but TenZ again exposes himself to danger by updrafting to delete Viper and drop the spike, further slowing the attack. Again, his wild movement and continued threat causes NRG's Jett to miss a second shot, and TenZ bobs and weaves back into cover while offering still more knives into the oncoming players. By now, the rotations are coming in for Sentinels, but TenZ continues to occupy NRG's full attention by re-equipping his operator and slamming a shot into Sky's center of mass. Expecting the remaining NRG players to be desperately trying to rush in for a trade, TenZ swings out even wider and murders Sova. Realistically, TenZ probably could have played a more passive angle. He could have simply gotten an op pick and fallen back to wait for help. However, by fearlessly challenging the opponents, he broke their coordination and threw the entire attack into chaos, winning the round for his team. Moments like this add to the cult of personality surrounding TenZ. However, it's also important to remember that if he dies on that initial peak here, NRG likely overruns the site with ease and settles into a comfortable post plant. Sometimes that is exactly what happens and leads to some criticisms of his play. At the same time, and especially on an agent like Jett, in an entry fragging role or in an aggressive position, it's vital to push that line to its breaking point. There's absolutely nothing worse than playing scared when you're in a role as a playmaker on an agent like Jett, even if overdoing it sometimes leads to disaster. Take this second example of a retake on Fracture. TenZ initially smokes the cross for his allies, but when the NRG breach ult sweeps across the site, things start looking kind of bad for Sentinels. TenZ immediately recognizes that if he doesn't make a big play here, his team could get mowed down out in the open. Anticipating the push from breach, TenZ springs into action, updrafting over his own smoke and taking the fight to breach. Getting rid of the threat, he then quickly leads the way onto the site while his teammates recover from their stunned status, which stops the player from tower from pushing back in and challenging. TenZ then goes full Hodor mode at the tower entrance while holding the door and protecting his allies who clear out B main stairs and stick the defuse. There are many moments in Valorant where someone just needs to step up and make a play before everything goes sideways. Playmaking looks as natural as breathing for TenZ, and though it can inevitably lead to inconsistency at times when you're always the one trying to make plays, it certainly makes for some of the most entertaining Valorant being played, and explains a lot about his popularity.
In the middle of that round, but TenZ plays this immaculately.